We're at the home of the Super Bowl 52 champions, Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Just a short time ago, these Philly fans in full roar as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. Pyrotechnics ablaze. They're set to go as their Eagles will match up with the Chicago Bears. Here's the kicker, Jake Elliott, ready to get this one started. And off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Out of the gun, Trubisky. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Here's Trubisky. And the hook up here to Allen Robinson. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, it's Trubisky. And this is Gabriel on the catch. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down. Now it's Trubisky, flushed out right, and it is incomplete. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game, and the Eagles are going to take over in great field position. Miles Sanders, first carry of the game. Akeem Hicks that time on the tackle.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Down the man inside, down the man.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Give the sack to Aaron Lynch, the former USF Bull. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7. Here's Wentz to throw. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle first down.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a first down.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Wentz on the give to Sanders. And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line. On 3rd down, they'll run it with Sanders. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. And Elliott puts this one through. And the Eagles, they take a 3-0 lead. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the shotgun is Trubisky. Going deep for Montgomery. And he fires one that's intercepted. Cravon LeBlanc with a pick.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. They start on the ground here at Sanders. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 10 yards there and an Eagle first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Throwing on 1st is Wentz. Now they go screen. It's complete. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That'll go down as a loss of 8. And it'll be a 2nd and long. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Here we go. 120. Sunday, Sunday. 657. Federal West. Check here, shift. Go, go. 59. Here we go, let's bring it.
Throwing on second and long. Wentz. He's got the hook up here to Deshaun Jackson. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
Okay, what can't Deshaun Jackson do? All right, we know about the catches. We just saw another one there. Also gets involved in the return game, and he can break big plays like that. We've seen him do it throughout his NFL career.
We have. What are you thinking of anything in particular?
Yeah, I'm still remembering a certain Giants punter not following orders, and Deshaun Jackson made that big-time return all the way back for a game winner in that one. I still remember seeing the looks of disbelief on the Giants sideline.
That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Check, ram.
It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
Nathan on the tackle. A 1-yard loss on the play. It's now 3rd and 10.
Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside.
Here we go. Waiting. Ram. Exit.
Now Wentz on third down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. The inside linebacker, Danny Trevathan, gets the sack.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye, that happened fast, and a big sack. So scores on their first two possessions, but 6-0, so field goals probably not what they were hoping for.
Man, you're exactly right about that. Not what they were hoping for, but they should be happy that they have points on the board. It almost feels like that old slow and steady wins the race, doesn't it? In this case, though, they want to be slow and steady now, but get explosive later and put the points up on the board.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They find themselves down here after an interception on their opening drive led to a field goal. But all in all, you'd have to say fortunate to be only down 6.
Yeah, and you know how teams huddle on the sideline before they come out on the field in between series? Guaranteed what's said there is, guess what, guys? We take this ball, move it downfield, and put it in the end zone, we're right back to even.
A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
Brings up 2nd and 1 at the 35-yard line.
The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. On second down, Montgomery. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime.
Need to give the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do.
Flush to his right. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. But it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some...
Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Brandon Graham applying the heat off the edge.
Enough takes a start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
And what did we talk with them about prior to the game? Their ability to move the chains, pick up first downs. So far, 0 for 3 on 3rd down. If that continues, they'll have little chance of winning this one.
Well, the offense failed earlier on the previous crack at this, but they're going again on 4th down. Here we go on 4th down with Trubisky. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Brandon Graham, and the Eagles are going to take over in great field position. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Lefty, lefty. Check. Quick that. Hey, Lou. Switch. Check 52.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Sanders. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack.
26 months. 81.
Shotgun now for Wentz. And the reception made by Alshon Jeffrey. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Wentz going to lead his guys up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game.
82.
From the gun, it's Wentz. Completes it to Aguilar. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. And the kick by Elliott is good. And that will make our score 9-0. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away. This will be taken very short. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the 3rd quarter gets underway. This will be fielded at the 8. And a good effort on the return there. Gets them across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he's got this down to the 35. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Philadelphia.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
They'll run. It's Sanders. Kyle Fuller, the one to make the tackle.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
We want it. Come to my world. No.
From the 31, Wentz. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
58 to Mike, 58.
Throwing is Wentz. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it through an opening, and there he goes. And they will score a pick 6 for a Bears touchdown.
Did I just see what I thought I saw? Did I just see what I thought? That had to be. Come on, say it for me. Say it for me. Who picked up that pass?
The free safety.
Oh, you got to have those great skills back there. Eyes, anticipation, great hands. And, of course, how about the fluid moves afterwards to take it all the way to the house?
Sounds like you're watching your old game film up here in your head.
Yeah, that's the dream I had of being that player. I just never was.
This one fielded at the 5. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And following the pick 6, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
A big pickup there for the Eagles first down, 18 yards.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Wentz connecting with his tight end, Goddard. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Dallas Goedert, 39 yards. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. Elliott good on the extra point, and that makes this a 9-point game. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The second down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there.
Move.
36.
On third down, Trubisky. Escaping the pressure right. And this is going to be incomplete.
I would dare say that these guys would have liked to have given their defense a little bit more rest since they gave up a touchdown their last time out. But alas, my man, that's not going to happen.
Yep, they're going to have to grab those helmets, get right back out there. O'Donnell, he's on to punt as he gets this one away. On the return, Jackson. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Eagles will have it taking over a 1st and 10. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive.
And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. Leonard Floyd, the old Georgia Bulldog, finding his way into the backfield. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Wentz. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. Now, that screen there on 2nd down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there because trying it is one thing. We can second guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize that it's broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the first down on third down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
It's caught by Aguilar. An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped a yard or two short, and it's fourth down.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
That's the end of the third quarter with the score Eagles 16, Bears 7.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth. The Eagles indeed snap it. Wins. And this is caught by Jackson. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Big gains in succession. Last one was over 20. This one over 30. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Play fake to Sanders. Now here's Wentz. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Kyle Fuller there defensively.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
I got him. Right over there. Yeah.
Back to the air on second down. Wentz. That's caught by Jackson. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down. The Eagles on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
The kick by Elliott is good. And that will give them a 12-point lead. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away. This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone. And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. A play fake to Montgomery. Now Trubisky eluding the pressure right. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 45.
his body.
And you know that your dad taught you that in the backyard when you were a tyke.
Yep.
Don't do it. The problem, every now and then you get away with it. This time, not the case.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. So after the INT, here's Wentz. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now Wentz. He'll hit Jackson complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 13 and a 1st down for Philadelphia.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but for this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Mike, 58, right there. Here we go,
This is Jackson on the quick throw from Wentz. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line.
Now that was well defended, and as a cornerback, what you're taught when you see a wide receiver screen, either you get underneath the play before the blocking forms, or you're going to have to fight your way through it by getting through some blocking. That was a really nice play there.
And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and it'll be a 3rd and about 13. Throwing now is Wentz. It's caught by Jackson. And he'll only get this to the 17, well shy of what he needed. Now a timeout coming in here defensively as they stop it before the 2-minute warning with 2:09 to go in the game. And Elliott puts this one through. And that will extend their lead even further. So yet another field goal to end a drive. That has been a very common theme. He's now hit 5 of them in this game.
Yeah, Brandon, as an offense, you hate that you've had to call on your kicker so often, but you have to love the fact that time and time again, he's come through.
This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that? Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. To try again after the sack. Trubisky, and the pressure gets to him again. Fletcher Cox able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. After that sack we just saw, Trubisky and the Bears deal with a 3rd and long. Now Trubisky on 3rd and long. Flushed out right. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. They'll try and throw for it with Trubisky. He's going to let it fly. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Eagles are likely going to win it. So this one fairly well in the bag as they take over with a 1st and goal. They'll run with Sanders. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. Now Wentz. Caught on the slant. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 5 yards that time on the completion. And now it's 3rd and goal. Wentz now on 3rd and goal.
One thing you're hoping for when you run.
And Goddard's got it. Touchdown, Eagles. Dallas Goedert. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. Now Wentz going to lead the Eagles up to go for 2. Wentz now to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Eddie Jackson picks it.
It's interesting that when it comes to 2-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This one taken from the 7. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes. Get out of there.
So fly, Eagles, fly. It's a victory for Philadelphia. And it was their defense that really paved the way to this victory as they allowed the 1 touchdown, and that was all she wrote.
Almost want to do the defense chant right now, right? Defense with a couple of claps in there, but no one wants to hear that from me. Let's just talk about how they got it done, though.